NFL stadiums and discuss where we're headed, because it really is full steam ahead for indoor dome football. And it's almost like the second iteration of the multi-purpose stadium, only this type of multi-purpose stadium is not multi-sport, but multi-event. We're seeing all these new stadiums go up, and I'm going to kind of give just an overview of the current situation when it comes to NFL stadiums right now. There are 30 stadiums with 32 teams, 2 stadiums that are shared by multiple teams, but there are 30 stadiums right now are fully domed. So they do differentiate fully domed, where the roof over top does not let in light. Those stadiums would be the New Orleans Saints, the Ford Field in Detroit. Right now, there are only 3 translucent roof stadiums, which I would also consider dome stadiums. So, out of 30 stadiums, there's a total of 5 dome, 5 retractable, and that does need a big caveat in terms of the way NFL stadiums or retractable roof NFL stadiums work. They are rarely open. The only retractable roof stadium that is at least semi-used is Royal. Other than that, I mean, AT&T, you've got the Arizona Cardinals Stadium, NRG. Those stadiums, climate and how hot it is, they're never open. Basically never open, especially for day games. So you're talking about basically 5 dome stadiums and 5 retractable roof stadiums. That's about 10 dome stadiums. I mean,
UAV detected. The field took the hard point. Hard point.
Look at the new stadium going up.
Hard point locked down.
You have to build new stadiums.
Hostiles have the hard point.
An open-air stadium, albeit with a massive overhang.
Hard point identified.
Mason piloting RCXD.
Hard point is active. Got the hard point.
But I give them credit in open air. Got nice opening. Jacksonville Jaguars.
Check your damn fire, fucker!
The field took the hard point.
TACOM, get a care package on my grid.
Authorizing UAV mission. Enemy sniper working! RCXD on mission.
Hardpoint locked down. Hostiles have the hardpoint.
Either renovating Arrowhead around $800 million, which would still be an open-air stadium, or building a new stadium on the Kansas side of Kansas City. If they build a new stadium, Dome Stadium. The Washington Commanders going to be getting a new stadium. They need it. That's another one. Or at the RFK site, Dome Stadium. The most recent one was the Denver Broncos announcing that they are going forward with a retractable roof stadium, which I find kind of funny because it doesn't make a ton of sense to build retractable roof stadiums nowadays. When they switched to what they consider the best of both worlds, which is the see-through dome stadium, which left in natural light, but it's also climate controlled, retractable roofs kind of became almost useless. I think the Broncos are doing it because they see all these other teams building these fully fixed enclosed stadiums, and they want to be different. And the thing is with the Broncos, they can build a retractable roof, but you know once it hits mid to late October, that thing's going to be shut every game. The Broncos outdoor snow games are completely gone with a retractable roof. They can be aggressive with it and open it during September and October when it's 70 degrees in Denver, but you just know that thing is going to be closed 100% of the time anytime it gets below 60 degrees. So they're trying to have a retractable roof, which I think speaks to the level of craziness in terms of the amount of fully fixed dome stadium, and it really is multi-purpose, capitalist 2.0. You want to fit 100 events in year-round. To do that, it has to be fully closed. The ownership's going to spend a bunch of money on the stadium. In some cases, the taxpayers are going to spend a bunch of money on the stadium, and they want to milk it for every dollar that they can and utilize it throughout all 4 seasons. And then, of course, you've got, we want to host a Super Bowl or a Final Four. Well, there's only one Super Bowl a year. We've got like 15 stadiums. In 5 years, there's going to be like 15 different dome stadiums from the Super Bowl. That's how many teams. But if you add all of those up, the Titans dome, the Jaguars dome, the Browns dome, the Bears dome, the Chiefs dome, the Commanders dome, the Broncos retractable. And by the way, the Philadelphia Eagles are rumored to be hinting at possibly exploring options for some type of dome stadium themselves. But you're adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dome stadiums to the NFL, and they've already got, you could argue, 9 or 10. But over half of the stadiums in the NFL within, I would say, 10 years are going to be fully fixed domes. It is the multi-purpose 2.0. This time they're sacrificing the elements. People can say, well, when I'm going to the game, I want it to be nice. And that's fine and all, but this is going to water down the product significantly. This is like arena football, and it's just totally bland. Anytime you see those games, when a game is played in a dome, there's a blandness to it. Even just the trends in the room, you can tell it's...
Face-off kill confirmed. This operation is under executive surveillance. I want it pristine. We have lost the lead.
And you're going to lose a lot with all of these games going up. Look at Allegiant, the new stadium for the Vegas Raiders. Compare that to what I guess we have to
Enemy might be shooting!
compare that to their renderings. The Titans renderings. I guess the Titans have a better exterior, but also the stadium is actually something that I think is going to be bad for the NFL. The NFL with quarterback play still pretty wrong. Most popular sport. Not our people. Still, bad case for the NFL. They don't have the right coverage. Before the playoffs in Penn State, but the ownership's like, we're spending the money to build everything. These are all, you want to host a game or something. This is for this. And they want half the money from the public. Some of them are trying to find it now.
Sniper has us!
That is kind of the future of NFL stadiums. They're all going to be domes. You're going to lose the atmosphere and the climate. I mean, yes, sometimes the cold weather, it can be very annoying for fans, especially if the team is bad. Like, I know the Cleveland Browns have had a lot of really miserable cold weather games because their record normally, when the weather turns, it's not good. But the Browns, they're going to be losing the cold weather. The Bears are going to be losing the cold weather. The Kansas City Chiefs, if they don't go with the Arrowhead renovation, which we'll see, although business-wise, it doesn't make sense for them to renovate Arrowhead to the tune of $800 million versus building a brand new stadium for $2 billion. But the Chiefs, they normally have cold playoff games. You're going to lose that. The Broncos, you're going to lose that cold weather. Possibly the Philadelphia Eagles. Nashville doesn't normally get that cold. But the Titans moving indoors. The Jaguars moving indoors. That's because of, I would say, the heat and I guess, Florida does get thunderstorms every now and then. And it'll be interesting to see the public react with all of the states that are up, because there is a comfort, especially comfort in the 21st century, wanting to go to a game that's climate controlled rather than stand out in 20-degree weather. Although some cities like that, you know, like Atlanta or Buffalo, New York, those fan bases tend to enjoy and thrive in cold weather. But then you have likely higher amount of fans say I would rather sit in a stadium that is climate controlled and perfect temperature. But just from a viewership, like presentation standpoint, the outdoor stadium is far superior. So when all of these new stadiums come in, and there's 60, 70 stadiums that are domed, and all these teams are playing 70-80% of their games in domes, not that much, at least 50%, some of them 70%. What is the reaction from the general public going to be? Either way, guys, it's like the down that's all it's
Herr Doctor is in.
Right now, like why is this all happening, and how does it happen, and how are American citizens conditioned that this is the proper way to go?
Y'all are burning in my fire now. Your souls will thirst here till I swallow you whole.
I believe we have drawn their attention. Now we'll see if the disruption actually works. If I said I didn't enjoy that, I would be lying. Honestly.
You got more fight in you than most. Especially after I stripped you of so much resolve.
You sound amused, Herr Hayseed. We shall see who laughs last.
Do not spill your blood und bile on mein uniform! Just because it's up close doesn't make it personal!
Folk will call you a lot of things over the years. Deserter, zealot, scourge, sovereign, purify, and flame. It don't matter none. But if you need a label, you go ahead and call me Warden.
Well, slap my wrist and call me Mabel. You can afford to get off.
Like ripe fruit bursting under my heel!
Friends, I've got duties to attend to. Try not to get yourselves killed, I'll be working up an appetite.
That's what it was. They thought there's too many of these people coming in. We need to restrict it. Reinforce it in the United States. And I'll discuss the history of the U.S. in terms of Western European, Europe in general, how the European country. That's what they thought in 1924. And there's 0.2 to 0.3%, or maybe 0.5% of the population now is Chinese. Restrict that. And that's where the capitalist cheap labor starts creeping in. And we get some of that. That's now. And then you've got, this is what everyone talks about, the 1955 Immigration Act that was passed, that this was mainly because of the Civil Rights Movement. It abolishes the quota system. So anyone can immigrate to the United States from anywhere, basically. I mean, you do have travel bans, things like that. But in general, it opened up the entire world to the United States. And it globalized America in that 1965 Act. And it was also part of the Cold War with Russia, or the Soviet Union at the time. And it was a way the United States said, well, we're progressive, we're forward-thinking, we're not Neanderthals, we don't shut our country off to anyone. And so it was kind of like that. But even in the context of 1965, and here, I'll show the next one as well. You got the 86 Reform and Control Act, which was Reagan's mass amnesty, where it gave, I mean, if you remember back in 86, they had about 5 million illegals. It was like a major crisis. It's pretty funny. Nowadays, we've got, who knows how much, everyone's a different number, but 50 to 20 million is not the number of illegals. There was like 3 to 5 million illegals in the mid-80s, and they were all like low-skilled workers and
Face-off team deathmatch. The corporation needs your best today. It is that simple.